What if a book could summon demons, drive you mad, or even hold a signed contract with the devil himself? Throughout history, some books have been way more than just paper and ink. They're objects of pure terror, filled with forbidden knowledge, and rumored to be penned by forces from the great beyond. Some books just aren't meant to be read. And tonight, we're diving into the stories of the most cursed and forbidden books ever, including the legendary Devil's Bible. First up, a book so enormous, it's considered a medieval wonder of the world. The Codex Gigas, or Giant Book, is nearly 3 feet long, weighs a back-breaking 165 pounds, and is made from the skins of around 160 donkeys. It's the largest surviving medieval manuscript on the planet, but it's not the size that makes it infamous. It's the creepy legend of its creation and the terrifying full-page portrait of Satan staring out from its pages that earned it the name. The Devil's Bible. The legend takes us to a 13th century monastery in what is now the Czech Republic. A monk, known to legend as Herman the Recluse, supposedly broke his sacred vows and was sentenced to a horrific fate. To be walled up alive? Desperate, he made a deal. He swore he could write a book containing all human knowledge in a single night. If they'd spare his life, an impossible task. As midnight loomed, Herman realized he couldn't do it alone. So he made another pact, not with the abbot, but with the devil. He sold his soul, and in return, the devil himself finished the book. As a thank you, the monk included that giant, chilling portrait of his helper. Now, whether you buy the legend or not, the book is a marvel. Analysis suggests the unified script was, in fact, written by a single scribe. But that would have taken an estimated 20 years of non-stop work, not one night. The contents are just as massive as its size, containing the complete Latin Vulgate Bible, historical texts, medical works, and even some prayers for exorcisms. Facing the haunting portrait of the devil is an illustration of the heavenly city, a stark contrast between good and evil. For centuries, the book was rumored to bring misfortune to whoever owned it. After being seized during war by the Swedish army in 1648, it was almost lost in a fire at the Swedish royal palace in 1697. The only reason it survived is because someone chucked the massive book out of a window. Today, the Codex Gigas rests safely behind glass in the National Library of Sweden, its secrets and supposed curse locked away. If the Lesser Key of Solomon is a demon's directory, then the Grand Grimoire is the direct line to Hell's senior management. Also known as the Red Dragon, this book is considered by many to be one of the most malevolent and powerful grimoires in existence. Its purpose isn't just to control demons. It's to make a binding pact with one of the devil's highest-ranking lieutenants. Though some editions claim to date back to the 16th century, the book likely emerged in the 18th century. It provides explicit instructions for summoning Lucifer Raphael, said to be Hell's prime minister, the one entrusted with all the world's treasures. The ritual is complex and blasphemous, requiring special tools and a pact, offering your soul in exchange for earthly rewards. Unlike other grimoires that focus on domination, the Grand Grimoire is about submission, your submission to the infernal. Legends surrounding the book are terrifying. It is said that the original is indestructible, unable to be burned or torn, and kept under lock and key in the Vatican's secret archives. Some tales claim that even owning a copy invites demonic attention, and that the book itself cannot be simply given away, but must be willingly accepted by a new owner who understands the grave risks involved. The Grand Grimoire represents a different kind of cursed text. It's not about being driven mad, but about being given a very clear, very dangerous choice at the cost of your soul. Some books aren't just cursed, they're basically instruction manuals for summoning chaos. Enter the Lesser Key of Solomon. This is maybe the most famous grimoire, or textbook of magic, ever. Put together in the mid-17th century from much older texts, this book is not for the faint of heart. It claims to hold the secrets King Solomon used to summon and control a massive army of demons. The book has 5 parts, but the most infamous is the first, the Ars Goetia. This section is a terrifying who's who of hell. It gives a detailed list of 72 demons, their names, their ranks in the infernal hierarchy, and exactly what they can do for you. It describes the dukes, princes, and kings of hell, like Baal, Agaris, and Paimena, names some of you might recognize from modern horror. For each demon, there's a unique symbol, or sigil, used to call them. And the book lays out the exact rituals you need to summon them and bend them to your will. These demons supposedly offer knowledge, find hidden treasure, or predict the future. But the Ars Goetia makes one thing crystal clear. This is not a friendly negotiation. The rituals are all about dominating and controlling these incredibly dangerous entities. The descriptions are monstrous. One great Duke of Hell, Aim, appears as a man with 3 heads, a serpent's, a man's, and a cat's riding a viper and carrying a torch to set cities on fire. While some modern practitioners see these demons as symbols, the book's reputation as a genuine manual for black magic is legendary. Its influence has rippled through centuries of occultism and has bled into pop culture, shaping how we see demons today. The Lesser Key of Solomon is forbidden knowledge at its most direct a step-by-step guide for dealing with forces that, according to the book itself, you really shouldn't mess with. While the Lesser Key of Solomon is about controlling demons, our last book offers something even bigger, and maybe even riskier. A path to divine power. The Book of Abramelin tells the story of Abraham of Worms, a man who travels to the Egyptian desert to meet a mage named Abramelin. This mage teaches him a sacred magical system with one ultimate goal: to achieve the knowledge and conversation of one's own holy guardian angel. But this is no simple prayer. The ritual known as the Abramelin operation is one of the most brutal and demanding in all of occultism. It requires you to completely cut yourself off from the world for 6 to 18 months. The original text specifies 6 months, but later translations and interpretations extended the timeline. This period is filled with intense prayer, purification, celibacy, and fasting. You have to give up your job, family, and friends to live in total isolation. All this is meant to purify you, to make you worthy of talking with your divine self. But here's the terrifying catch. The book warns that if you aren't pure enough, if your will isn't strong enough, you won't meet an angel. You'll be confronted by the very demons you were trying to master. And once the ritual starts, it cannot be stopped for any reason. To do so is to invite absolute disaster. Aleister Crowley, one of the 20th century's most famous occultists, famously tried the ritual at his Boleskine house in Scotland. Legend says he never finished it properly, and as a result, he allegedly unleashed the dark forces he'd summoned onto the local area. Crowley himself admitted he abandoned the ritual, but the part about unleashed forces is a popular legend. The Book of Abramelin is considered cursed by many simply for the immense psychological pressure it puts on a person. It pushes you to your absolute breaking point. Succeed, and you gain the power to command demons. Fail, and you become their prey. It's the ultimate magical gamble, where the price of failure could be your sanity or your soul. From a Bible supposedly written with the devil's help to a book offering a contract with hell, and from a demonic phone book to a ritual that gambles with your soul, these books are proof of our endless fascination with forbidden knowledge. They blur the line between history and legend, faith and fear. They remind us that some books hold more than just words. They hold a power that continues to scare and fascinate us centuries later. What do you think? Are these books truly cursed, or just relics of a more mysterious time? If you were brave enough, which one would you open? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trip into history's darkest library, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown. Thanks for watching.